Tony Tone Show on the Celebrity Hotline. The one and only Bob Saget has a brand new comedy special called 0 to 60. You can get it on Amazon, places like DirecTV and Dish, iTunes, Google Play, and most other digital platforms. You grew up with him on Full House or have seen him on Fuller House. Also was the host of America's Funniest Home Videos, TV shows like Entourage, and he's on the radio, I believe. Let me get this button pressed right here. Bob Saget, I got to tell you, man, this is a real treat to talk to you. I'm so happy to have you on the radio, and so happy for you that 0 to 60 is here, man. Congratulations.
I'm very excited about it. Thank you. Thanks for letting me promote it, and thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
So, Bob, I wonder for you, a person that's done comedy for a while, when it comes to delivering your special 0 to 60, if it's even called a special anymore, like, was it presented to you to send it out through places like Amazon and DirecTV and Dish and iTunes, or how did that process work? I love that you did it that way, by the way.
Yeah, this has never happened before. I'm the first person that did it this way, which I'm really excited about. What happened was, it's crazy. I had done a special called That's What I'm Talking About with this company, Comedy Dynamics, and Brian Bulkweiss is the head of it. And I was on a plane flying on a Thursday, and all of a sudden, on my go-go, on my intraweb, I hear from him, and he goes, "You want to shoot your special Tuesday?" I said, "What are you talking about? I don't have a special right now. I have I've been rolling for 3 years, 90 minutes of new material." He said, "Well, we have a spot that opened up at the Williamsburg Hall of Music in Brooklyn, which I wanted to do it at. That was one of my places because I played there before. Kind of a hipster room, just rock and roll and fun and pretty." And he said, "Yeah, we'll make whatever set you want." And I got to New York. I did a couple talk shows, and I ended up shooting my special on a Tuesday, shot 2 shows, and just loved it. And the title came afterward. It's really because the show was about me being, from birth until you're 60 years old. And now I'm 61, so it's dated already. And the world's gotten crazier.
Right.
The whole point of the show was, kind of not narcissistic, but learning the facts of life as a kid, going through comedy, going through puberty, going through Rodney Dangerfield being my friend, Don Rickles, stories, travel stories with Kevin Nealon in a strip club in Alaska, crazy, women's stories that happened where I would rather give myself a roofie than give anyone else one, just knock myself out and just forget about it, I'm that kind of guy. I'm the opposite of some of the crazy culture that's going on in the world right now. I don't have to flee to France, but
yeah.
It's a nice special. It gets serious at some point. They talk about my mom. We lost her, and the joke is, of course, we found her behind the shed, but she did pass. And then it goes on into thank you, by the way. And then I always do songs in my stand-up and in my special. There's 4 new original songs. And the last one's kind of the theme of the special, which is called "We've Got to Be Kind." We got to be kind to each other, and it's a sing-along, and it's kind of my R-rated version of "We Are the World,"
Yeah.
So it's a special, and it's opening real wide, which is really nice the way they opened it in this way. So it's on, iTunes and Amazon and Comcast and Spectrum and whatever people have. I think it's a suppository form, a lotion. I don't know.
I was going to say,
all over the world. It opened yesterday.
It's so great that there are that many outlets for it, because anymore, Bob, people just kind of put something on Netflix and that's it, and maybe it'll get released on a physical copy. But I like that for 0 to 60, there's so many different channels, so to speak, that people can consume it through. I think that's great, because I don't feel like as a consumer that I'm overwhelmed, but I often wonder for people like yourself that are producing the content, if you feel like there's almost, do we have too many outlets out there, or do you think it's just right?
I think there's going to be more and more outlets. I think we're going to find some of these networks like Hulu to be the biggest in the world at some point. We're going to be surprised by what new streaming outlets are going to happen. And this was that window where you still have cables coming into your house. Mm-hmm. So this is still people either digitally with DirecTV or whatever. However you get your television, I'm going to be on your on-demand. And not a lot of comedians get that privilege. And so it's really a cool space and time, and it's the first one that's done it like this. And they're really putting their money behind it, too. I'm on buses, not physically. That would mean I'm not doing well, but there's an ad on the bus. And, I'm walking through Times Square, and there's my billboard. It's like, it's nice. It's the actual size of my head, which is, I don't know why I laugh alone a lot. But,
Bob, I wear a size 8 hat, so I have a huge head as well. I totally feel you. It's
nothing wrong with that.
No.
I have a small head. John Famos's head is much larger than mine. It's not just a hair. It's just bigger. But my head did increase in size because I'm 61, and something happens where at some point it becomes less football, more basketball.
I want to talk about Stamos and Coulier. I've had the pleasure of talking to Dave Coulier and meeting him a couple of times. I just want to get your reaction the first day you showed up on the set of Fuller House. What feelings did you have? Because they did a great job recreating everything. Certainly some of it was updated, but what are the feelings that you had that first day on the set of Fuller House?
I actually walked onto the stage before they had finished dressing it, before they put in all the furniture. They had a lot of it in there, and I was alone. I said, I'm going to go over to the stage. I told the exec producer, Jeff Franklin, because we were talking about the character, and it's 30 years later, so what do you like, And I got emotional. I went into Michelle's room and started to cry.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's not what happened, but I really did get emotional. I looked around, and I went, this doesn't happen. William Shatner got to walk back on the bridge of the Enterprise when they started doing movies 10 years later.
Sure. But
this is not the Enterprise. This is the house in San Francisco. That's about 2,000 square feet, and you open the door, and it's 8,000 square feet when you walk on the set. So it was a children's fantasy. A lot of people watched it. I'm proud to do it. We've got new episodes coming out in December.
Mm-hmm.
The back 9, the 9 episodes they didn't run, part 2 of the season 3 will run. I'm in a couple of those, and I love everybody from the show. They're special. They're people I love. So it's a real nice thing to do.
Absolutely.
And then I get to go do my comedy, and then it's a different mixture. But they're the people that everyone's aware of the joke. It's not like, oh, Bob's dirty, be aware. It's like,
right.
Oh, I want that, and it's a self-aware type of thing. So,
well, I think it's great.
It's been a really interesting time in the past for me. Go ahead, please. I'm sorry.
No, so I was just going to say it's so great because I look at your website, bobsaget.com, and you have dates in the Chicago area. We're right outside of that. So people can, watch the special 0 to 60, then come and see you. And it's just, we almost have enough Bob Saget to go around. I love it.
I've never had that much of me to go around. I'm pretty excited about it. And I've got a movie I directed that's coming out next year called Benjamin that I'm very proud of, a dark comedy with some really great people like Rob Corddry and Kevin Pollak and Terry and Dave Foley. It's a very funny movie, and it's a dark comedy, so it deals with real stuff. So I'm trying to do as much entertainment as I can. I seem to be more creative now than I've been for a while, and I think it's a result of what's going on in the world. It just makes me want to entertain people and take them out of things rather than drag them through the murk that we get dragged through every day with news and stories and with the heinous things that are going on. It just makes me want to do what you guys are doing, which is entertain people and give them a breath,
Yeah, I was reading about Benjamin, and I've talked to Rob Corddry. He's wonderful. So when that comes out, I'd love to have you back on to promote that as well, because it seems like that's going to be really good. I
would love it. He is such a brilliant guy.
Mm-hmm.
And the movie, I'll tell you briefly, because nobody has time, neither of us.
Sure.
But I'll talk to you forever, because you guys have already won your way into my heart for life. But Rob plays the gynecologist in the family. That there was a family gynecologist that leads an intervention on my son, played by Max Burkholder from Parenthood, who we think is hooked on crystal meth. Now, that's a dark comedy and a dark subject, but we deal with it in a way that shines a light on it and has a lot of humor, as well as it's really a theme that the adults are really the problem, and that is often the problem with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And it's got also Kevin Pollak in it, Terry and Dave Foley, and it's a special movie. And Marilyn Ricecop calls an ad on Facebook in order to have people come to an intervention. So it's definitely a bizarre, independent, low-budget film that I worked 7 years to get made.
Wow.
With the writer Joshua Turek and the producer Nicholas Tabbert. So that'll be out next year. So I'm in a creative mode, and I got and my kids are good. That's important. And I got a fiance. I proposed to somebody. So
congratulations.
She is, so that's good.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm so happy that you're getting married.
Thank you.
If you need a wedding DJ, of course, like most people in this business. I do that on the side, so keep me in mind, all right?
I would love it. I would love you to spin my wedding into happiness. I just want to stand on the turntable and just be like the groom on the cake that spins. I don't think they spin on cakes. I don't think that happens.
I haven't seen one recently,
what
but
kind of music do you play at weddings?
I would
No.
I would play whatever you want, Bob. You know.
Play Celebrate? Do you have to play that?
Yes.
You don't do Proud Mary anymore, do you?
I don't think so. Although, whatever you would want.
You don't have to close with Last Dance. Last Dance. You don't have to close with that, right?
Not anymore. Listen, Bob Saget, 0 to 60. It's available Amazon, Comcast, DirecTV, AT&T, Dish, iTunes, Google Play, and more. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the time, and I wish you nothing but continued success, and we'll see you in February.
I'll see you, and I look forward to it a lot. I'll be your illegitimate dad for years.
Thanks, Bob.